All right, guys. How's everybody tonight? And as always, we got Miss Michelle on the line here. We're going to do some talking on some trucks tonight. Going to go through some comments. I had a real good week last week doing this new account. Um, I don't know if you guys caught the video that I put out early this morning. Somebody's watching it because it's got close to 500 views already, which really is surprising in 12 hours. But let's see who we got on here. We got Justin is always on here. Hello, Justin. How are you, buddy? I know we've been texting back and forth. We got Jonah Green, and
I
he's
told you
gonna.
not about letting him in your show, right? He's got to go.
Oh yeah. And there's Sammy. We were just talking about Sammy. Hey, buddy, what's going
Hmm.
on? How are you? And as always, we got the wife in here. The rabbit followers. Hello. HD Eagles in the house. Hello, everyone. Hope everyone is doing well. Steve Blankenship. We just had a good meal together at the Texas Roadhouse. Happened to run into each other. Hey, good
That's good.
evening. Looking forward to great informative meeting here tonight. Welcome our great recruiter Michelle. Yeah, and we got Mega. I don't even know what that says. Okay, not a trucker, but love these live streams. Maybe after I retire, I'll do my second career in trucking, and always had an interest. That's exactly what I did, Mega. I had an interesting career at first off. Decided to get into this. We got Roger Berry in the house. Hey, buddy, how are you? And we got Red Raider Reloading. Hello, how are you, Red Raider? And Jonah Green says, "Hey, Michelle, go Clemson."
Jonah and I both are having a little bad season, so not good.
Tommy Kramer's in the house. Hey, buddy, how are you? Doing outstanding. And we were just talking about Chris Papillo. And hi,
Yeah.
James and Michelle. Nice to have you. Stewart Brown is in the house. Hey, buddy, how's it going? Maybe we'll catch up here real soon. He actually lives in Macon, real close to the account. He wants to
Oh,
take me to a steakhouse there in town that's kind of a local place. We're going to catch up. Jonah, don't start with Michelle already, says the wife. That's funny. So Chevy Life 52 tuned in, brother. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. Okay, so you're lumberjack. Hey, I'll give you a call after the show, buddy. I promise you. He texted me before the show. And Tommy Kramer, best steaks at the Texas Roadhouse. Love the one in Gainesville, right off 75. We do the one. I always go to the one right there in Lake City. And that's actually where I'm sitting at right now. They have an empty restaurant right next door, and me and Steve were actually parked in their parking lot and it abandoned. I've stopped here many a times. Um, Mac T's in the house. I don't know. I think USA got Clemson this year.
yep, they do.
We
They
got
definitely
Army
got
Kane in
Clemson
the
this year.
house. We got Army Kane in the house. And Jonah Green says, Nicole, too late. LOL. All right. Well, everybody, and I wanted to kind of do this show with the MRP trucks. Because that's the one thing that, there's a lot of changes. I kind of looked through the notes that you gave me, but I
Hmm.
thought it would be a good show to have over the MRP trucks. Guys, I tried to do a walk around of an MRP about a week ago, and unfortunately, the inventory's down, and she just didn't have one for me to do a walk around. And I plan on still doing one here soon when inventory
Yeah,
comes back
I
up.
have I have
But before
about
we
three
get into
now.
that,
So
do you really? See, that's the way it
yeah.
always happens.
Hmm.
Um, so let's get into the percentage. What do you know that's going on with the percentage now? Because you said that you've been busy with it.
Yeah. It is being tested. And it's not that we don't know the percentage is going to work. We already know that we're going to do 70% of the market value. But we've got to make sure that all the buttons work and that, the loads filter to the drivers right and that the pay, goes to their settlements correctly. And so, it's all the computer, all the background stuff. So I
Gotcha.
just I
Gotcha.
just got a hold of a driver code of one of the drivers that is running it, so I can kind of watch what he's doing and educate myself as we go. So I'll have more, to tell you about that as I, figure it out.
Well, you got Craig Hutchinson on that doing that.
Um,
Is he doing the
I don't
percentage?
know.
No,
I don't know.
no.
I didn't look. I didn't check on Craig. This is one that Brett gave me to look at, but I didn't ask about Craig. I probably should have.
Yeah, Craig's always a guinea pig for a lot of stuff. I know that. I see him when he's talking to
Mm-hmm.
Jeff and Charlie. All right, so let's read some of these comments here, and then we'll start on the MRP trucks. I think that's what a lot of people want to know. Good evening, everyone. Listening while driving. Okay. Good to have you, Kevin. Sammy, I'm glad you're starting with that because that was going to be my question. I'm assuming that's what the percentage, I'm sure that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Michael Hyde, is it going to be for reefer and dry van? On the
Well,
percentage?
just like anything we do, usually start out with the dry van, and see how that rolls. And they may offer it to reefer. I don't know. Honestly, couldn't say right now.
Gotcha. Michael Hyde also, same. That was my question as well. Chris, never seen you, Chris. I'm glad to have you. Is 3K feasible gross for owner operator at Prime weekly? I'd love to come get my CDL there and drive, but I gotta net more than 1,000. I don't know what you're talking about at Prime. If you're talking about here at Swift, I mean, I go over the numbers all the time. You can catch some of my videos on that. I get a lot of questions too, Michelle, about flatbed. Where do they have to live at to be in the flatbed division?
So no Florida, Alabama,
Really? I thought they would be the
Mississippi,
number one
Tennessee.
state for it.
No
Okay.
Florida whatsoever. Basically the southern states through going through to Texas, on the way.
Right.
Then you've got, your Tennessee and Michigan and Indiana, Illinois, so you can do it there. And then Phoenix, for owner operators. Really, that's about it. That's just the way the lanes flow.
Yeah, I got you. They do a lot of the like the stuff the trucks that come from Mexico, the Sprinter vans and that type of stuff. I know they do a lot of that.
Yeah,
I see them all the
we
time.
do, we do coils and oh my goodness, we do coils and stuff as well. So the Eastern group tends to run what we call the triangle, that does Indiana, Michigan, then the Carolinas, and then out to Laredo. So anything that crosses the border, for flatbed.
Right. So Chris
And then
said,
the Western
"Sorry,
group
Swift."
just usually goes down, up and down the left.
To Laredo and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chris said he's sorry. He was talking about Swift. So just to kind of give you a brief synopsis, Chris, 3,000 doing that every single week, week in and week out, might be a little tough just because of the mileage and the way, it's kind of impossible to get. I mean, you might get 3,000 one week, but you're going to suffer the next week.
That much,
I'm sorry?
but you don't net that much. He asked about gross.
Yeah.
So you definitely gross
Okay.
that much. Yeah. Most of the time it's just, the net with your expenses, but our expenses are pretty low, compared to most carriers. So
Well, most of my guys are gross in the $4,500 range. What you take home though is going to be a lot different. So he says he watches all kinds of content creators. HD Eagles back. I was wondering, I know you asked for 9 months OTR, but is there any way to over sooner, or is that just for current Swift drivers?
So 9 months for the outside for sure. There's no leeway with that. We did make a deal with safety and of course, because Swift is monitoring the safety performance of the company drivers. So if you're a stellar driver, you can probably do it at 6 months. But then you got to be careful that you don't have a student loan to contend with as well. After.
Okay. Army Kane says, "Do you run suicide rails?" I'm not familiar
I do not
with
know what that is. Yeah, I don't either.
Neither one of us are flatbed people. I honestly don't know what suicide rails is, if that's what you're talking about on that.
Yeah. I was a flatbed driver leader for a while, but it's been a couple years.
Yeah, clarify on that, Army King. I'll be more than happy to get that answer. Reefer a better lane for Florida home driver? Absolutely. Gigolo says hello. Gigolo Joe says hello. And Mac T, what are the oversized loads about? You know?
No, I mean, we don't do a lot of oversized. We did at one time, but we don't do a lot of oversized at all.
And I'm sorry, HT Eagle says thanks. He got his answer. All right, so I guess let's talk about these MRP leases because I do get a lot of questions. So what's the oldest truck and kind of what's the newest truck that you can do on the MRP, and what's the average leases, I guess?
Okay. So we usually do the MRPs at 3 years. The right now with the trucks that are automatically, considered MRP trucks would be the 2020s, the 21s, and the 22s. Trucks that are 350,000 miles plus, can go into the MRP program. Now we don't normally roll trucks that are, over 400 into the MRP program, on rare occasions, but not too much. Those trucks are majorly the Kenworths and the Freightliners. The way we do it is the trucks are cheaper. They're anywhere from $400 to $500 a week, and then plus your expenses. So the MRP contribution itself starts out at $125 a week, and so it's a little difficult to explain, but it starts out at $125, and it's figured on at a 350,000 mile truck. It's figured at 8 cents a mile. So the miles that you run that week, if you do more than what you would contribute $125 to, then it could go up just a little bit. But they do have to collect at least $125 for the MRP program. That covers, a majority of your repairs at an 80-20 split, 80% to Swift, 20 to the driver, including B services. So, the warranty itself reflects reflects what a manufacturer's warranty would look like. It doesn't cover brakes, tires, and batteries, just like a manufacturer's warranty wouldn't. There are still some few minor things, components that it doesn't cover, but the majority of everything would be an 80-20 split, including your PM services.
And all that needs to be done at the terminal too, right? One of the terminals.
There's a little bit of delay with it. It's a little distracting watching the video, and it happens after I speak, so it's driving me crazy.
Yeah. So the maintenance, do you build it up to a certain amount and then it stops, or does it always? Okay.
No, it never stops. But you do put, like I said, you start that 8 cents a mile to the MRP contribution. Normally, it's somewhere between $125, $150 a week. That's why the truck payments have been lowered to the extent that they're lowered, to compensate for the extra payment. Okay. Then you do 5 cents into a maintenance account. Before you can touch it for anything outside of maintenance, you have to put $3,000 in there. So you have $3,500 in there, and you need $500 to pay toward your taxes, then you can pull it out. But you just have to maintain that balance at $3,000, because we know that an older truck is going to need more repairs, and so we want you to be prepared for that.
And does it work the same way like it does with the standard lease, where if, say, you take money out of your account, does it go straight to your data card like that way, or do you have it put on your payroll?
I think, and you could probably answer this better than I can, but don't you get a choice whether you can have it added to your settlement?
You do on the standard. Yeah. You do on the standard lease. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought that it would. I was going to ask you another question about the maintenance or the trucks too. I don't remember what the hell I was going to ask you. I get questions about them all the time, and I've never done one, so I just don't know.
Right.
Oh, what's the length on the MRP lease? Is there a certain length, or are they always
There's
going to be 3
most of
years?
them are 3 years. They're usually just 3 years. And then the balloon payment on those, tends to be 15 to 30. With some of the new trucks
Okay.
we are getting now, because we keep the payments so low, that the balloon payments are they're getting up there.
Getting up there, yeah. I got you.
Hmm.
Okay. So Chris wants to know: is there any special considerations for previous retired first responders? I don't know of
Unfortunately, no.
anything special.
Hmm.
Yeah, they don't really do anything. I fit that book too, there, buddy, Chris. But yeah, I don't think they have anything. How long would you wait coming in as a new owner to get on a dedicated? I don't think there's any wait at all because Joseph went straight to the dedicated for
Well, I mean, it depends
that.
on where you live and what's out there available. Most of the time you're not going to go dedicated, not for a period of time. Right now, of course, is prime retail season. So,
Yeah,
some of our retail markets will be taking on some additional drivers and may
yeah.
consider owner operators at this time, just for the holiday season anyway.
So Jonas says yes, Swift does do
What is that,
suicide
paper?
coils. Well,
Maybe paper
yeah. Why don't you
rolls?
explain what that is, Jonah? Stuart Brown, what is the average miles on them trucks? You talking about the MRP trucks? She said
Yeah.
300 to 400,000, give or take.
Yeah, 350 to 400,000. Every now and then I'll see one at 420, but normally they're 350 to 4.
So here's a good
Sure.
question. Tommy Kramer wants to
Yeah,
know: can you pay off the remaining balance early? Okay. Yeah, I didn't even know
absolutely.
that answer.
Yep.
Okay. Michelle, he will call you tomorrow. I got a question. Hopefully, you got a better answer for me. Gigolo Joe.
Sure.
Um, Joe, why don't you tell us what your name is on here if you're able to or want to? That way we know who it is when you call. And Joan agreed. Oh, steel coils. Okay, that's
There
what
you
they
go.
are.
Yeah, so we definitely do.
So Sammy wants to know: on a new truck, can you do a 6 month lease? Not
No,
on a brand new one, right?
no,
Yeah,
they're
you're
not
going
going
to
to let
have to
us do
go to
that.
an older truck before they'll do a short term.
Yeah. They'll do an MRP for 6 months, a truck maybe towards the end of its lease, like a 23 or something like that, but they won't do that on anyone.
Yeah, it'd be kind of silly to do that, to be honest with you, because they're taking a brand new truck and putting it with somebody. That's the last thing they want to do is put a brand new truck with somebody that's going to turn it right back in. I'm
Right.
living proof of that. Chevy Life 52. I've seen Swift with suicide coils. Yes, okay. And
Yeah, we
Sammy
definitely do
wants to
steel
know
coils.
what's the minimum on a new truck? What's the
4 years.
minimum? Minimum of what? Oh,
4
okay.
years. Yeah, 4 years.
Now you can get into a truck that somebody's already started a 4 year lease, and it might have 3.5 years left or 3 years left,
Yeah.
and you can
And I
complete
mean, if
that
you
lease.
got a 3.5 year truck and you tell me you want to do 2 years, I can do that. But they're not gonna cut a brand new truck like that.
So Red Raider Reloading says, I have steel coils on the side or suicide coils out of the sky. They're usually on a pal. Okay, I did not know that. I'm not a flatbed guy, so I did not know that.
I did
Okay,
it for a little while,
thanks.
but I think we mostly did sprinter vans when I was doing it.
All right, guys. Bring out the questions. We got a lot of people in here. It looks like we got like 40 something people in here right now. Got a lot of guys. I'm sure you guys got questions. Right now is the time to ask.
So
So the Bull
hopefully,
of the Woods says,
percentage will be coming around real soon. We're looking probably 45 days. We'll ease everybody into it. They'll probably take, 50 or 100 at a time, but um, it should be coming rather quickly.
I was going to tell you to wear your hat tonight, but I forgot to tell you.
Oh yeah, I have it hanging in my office decoration.
I figured. I
I
figured you
tell
did.
everybody
Chris has
about you.
probably done this.
Yeah,
I bet you do. I bet you do.
yeah.
Tell
I
everybody
bet
about me.
Chris, you should have got him a stocking cap. to keep his bald head
A
warm.
stocking.
Yeah, he's always wearing.
Funny.
He wears them in the summertime in the office because his head is
Stocking
cold.
caps, huh?
Yeah,
Wow.
a knit cap.
Well, So you put. I saw Melvin told me you put him with Chris, huh?
Yeah, I
Them two
did.
should get along just fine. Yeah, they should
Yeah,
get along just
Chris
fine.
mentioned today. He said, "I think I'm gonna like this guy." So, no,
Yeah.
Jonah, no, go sit down.
Put on your Clemson hat. He's
I
really putting
can't
it
wait
to
till
you.
he comes back to Swift. Yeah, I can't wait. I'm gonna torture him.
Mike says, "Hey, you all. I think that's you, Mike Shelton. I'm pretty sure that's you." P.U. Patel's back. What's going on, buddy? Does Swift provide chains to lease drivers?
Yes and no. We do not provide them officially, or issue them to drivers. However, like in Greer, when they take trade trucks and whatnot, they just take them off the truck. And so we have a pile of them, at our body shop. So as long as there's chains there, you can pick them up and take what you need. Pick out some ones that look pretty good, just enough to decorate your truck because we use them
That's what I
to,
was going to say.
yep, we use them just for visual to keep the DOT happy. We don't, recommend that you use them.
Yeah, I'm not a big chain guy. I use them for decoration only when I have them.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a good question. Does Swift return all fuel surcharge to the lease operators 100%? That's a good question, and it's yes.
Mm-hmm. We sure do.
100%. I know that for a fact. Well, you're not going to like my LSU cap, says Cindy.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
And Jonas says, I'm coming back, but I'm coming back with his own truck. He's going to come back with the Kenworth that he's buying at Dart.
Well, that's
So
good.
it's probably gonna be
I can't wait till he
next
comes
year.
back.
Yeah.
I need somebody to, torture.
So Chris says, does percentage work better for the owner-operator? Which pay structure is more advantageous to the driver? I'll
And
answer
that I'm
that.
not
That's
sure.
really, yeah.
Not
We don't really know.
necessarily.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. I tell, all the guys that I brought over and the guys that are thinking about coming over, let somebody else be the guinea pig to try that out and see how well it works out. The reason is because you're gonna have to stay on that contract for a year. You won't be able to move back and forth. So let somebody else figure out if it's good or not. And you can change it.
I had a driver in my office yesterday, and we were just for the heck of it. He wanted to see what the 70% would have been on the 2 loads that he had just run. I think one was from California and then California back. So we multiplied the revenue out by 70%, and and that's not market rate, that's Swift rate, but it was very, very, very similar.
All right, so Gigolo Joe is going to be Joseph.
I know Joe.
That we were talking
Tell
about.
him to call me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, call her tomorrow and talk about it over the phone.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that was you. Yeah.
Sure.
I know. I've talked to him a couple of times in the last couple of days.
Gotcha.
Chevy Life, is there certain places we have to fuel? Fueling is up to you, buddy. Go to the cheapest places that you can find. That's what I do. To kind of give you an answer, I stay at the Circle K's, the Quick Trips, the QTs, and Sheets, and all those type places. Does Swift provide snow change or anything to leave? We've already answered that question.
Tell Mike he can come see me. I'll point him in the direction of some chains.
Okay. I'm pretty sure that's Mike Shelton, if I'm not mistaken.
Gotcha. So yeah,
Tommy
he
Kramer,
can come see me. I'll show him some.
Mike Shelton went to the Kohl's account in Corsicana, Texas. Did you know that?
Oh, did he really?
Yeah, he got on there. He was wanting to come and do it with us, but Becky put him to the lady that takes care of it in Corsicana because it's closer to him. So, Mike, just to answer your question, you might want to go by the Lancaster terminal and just talk to the shop.
They have a body shop on site. Yeah. Any time that they have to prep a trade truck, they throw those chains away. So.
Yep. trust me, they're there. I've seen them, and I've actually taken some change from the Lancaster shop, so you're not going to have any problems. So when a newish truck no longer considered new, I love my 25 VNL 860 MPG stamp says 1024, mileage is 11.5. How would this look as a lease in 6 months with 70,000 miles? Oh, this is Tommy Kramer. He's my buddy. He's a company driver that got lucky and got a 25 VNL. He knows that he has to do at least 6 months to do the exchange program, and he's thinking about just bringing the Volvo to.
So he's a new driver.
Brand new driver on a company side, and he won. And
he won the lottery. He won the lottery getting that one of those for sure.
He wants to bring that truck over is what he wants to do. It's the owner operator. I talk to him on a regular basis, and I've kind of brought him in with my guys too. Speaking of which, Tommy, I'll send you the link
to give you an idea. Those right now are running at $700 a week. So if you keep it, of course, flipping your own truck, you wouldn't have no down payment right now. So you're looking at $700 a week plus your expenses. Probably looking right under $1,000 a week.
Yeah, no down payment, Tommy.
Yeah,
because you're
right
already
under
with
1,000.
the company.
Yeah, right under 1,000.
So the Bullwood says with percentage, the rate cons can be revamped unless the driver sees the original if it's not contracted. So I'll answer this. It's going to be just like Schneider does it. It'll have a total price of what the load pays. If you like it, you take it. If you don't, you won't. You'll never know what the rate con is going to be. And I'm not saying that's the best way to do it, but honestly, with the way Schneider does it and the way they're going to do it here, it's the only way that it can be done and be fair. You're probably not going to like that
and
answer.
Again, we're contracted. Most of our customers are contracted rates, and they're lower than the spot market. So you wouldn't. Yeah. You probably wouldn't like it. So.
Just to be straight with you.
Yeah. So it's going to be the average market value.
So this is G80 Sean. This was Sean I was talking about. What's up, Rabbit?
Mm-hmm.
I am at home right now sorting out some personal family issues, and I'll be back on the road soon. Yeah, I've tried to call you a couple of times. Let me know what's going on, because I know you haven't called Michelle either. You were thinking about coming aboard. Tommy Kramer, FX lease. Yeah, that's it. It's not exchange, it's FX. That's what it is. I'm sorry. And he said,
well, that means fleet exchange. Yeah.
So I know for a fact Tommy Kramer is going to stick with it because he's having a ball. Like I said, I've talked to him 3 or 4 times this week already, and helped him out on a couple issues. I don't know everything.
Who's his driver leader? Do you know?
It's he's told me she's out of Ocala.
Tristan.
Give me a second. No, Tommy, what's your driver leader's name? I know you told me.
Paula.
She's really good. No, I don't. Stephanie Brooks.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. He seems to be very, very happy right now.
Well, that's good.
That's what it's all
about. That's what we all strive for, right? Being happy and making a little bit of money while we're at it.
He had some issues at the very beginning, but I think I got him straightened out. I don't know a whole lot about the company side because I've never done that, but it worked out. It's just
right.
Unfortunately, it's just starting out new. You're new, you don't know anything, and you're just trying to figure things out. What happened was his fuel card wasn't turned on, and he ended up paying fuel out of his own pocket. And I told him how to get reimbursed, get your receipts, put them on the thing, let your driver leader know what's going on. It's just, it was a mistake that was done over the weekend. And, unfortunately he was out about, $1,500 with fuel and a couple other things that needed to be done. And anyway, he's lucky he had the money, but,
right.
All right, guys, question.
Just for future reference, you can call On-Road, and On-Road would help you in an emergency like that.
Yeah, I told him about that too. On-Road is the only people that can turn your card on except for your driver leader.
Right.
Is the fuel surcharge paid out per settlement or month? Nope, per settlement. Every week we get our fuel surcharge.
Yep.
It'd be hard to run it if you get it monthly. Ooh, I don't know how I'll be
Yeah,
able to do that.
it's figured out by load, individual loads.
Buller Woods, you putting up good questions. You planning on coming over here with that big KW that you got? He's got like a long nosed Kenworth.
Oh wow. Like the W9s.
Yeah, that's what he's got. I couldn't think of it off the top of my head there for a second, but yeah, he's got a big one. It was in his pictures. I don't know what he's got in his picture now. Almost looks like Alien, from the movie Alien. Can't tell. Anybody higher up going to watch this video tonight, or did you ever find out?
No, I want to send it to Ian. I'll send it to my supervisor tomorrow.
I got
so he can check it out.
You notice one thing that I'm not getting anymore is trolls.
Oh,
you
really?
That? Yeah.
Look, I know your wife takes care of them for us, so.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's hammerhead. She takes care of them pretty quickly. She's like the Whack-A-Mole. You remember the game show, the Whammy?
The video game.
My wife's like the Whammy.
I'm
talking about that old game show. Don't you remember the Whammy? The game show, the Whammy. Press your luck. Yeah, she's the Whammy. No, I'm just asking for others that might want. Yeah, I'm just giving you crap, buddy. I know you have no interest in coming over here. You have your own authority. You tried to get me to come run for you. I remember that. Yeah, it's all good, man. I know you're just asking. You always bring good questions and good comment. Red Raider Reloading. Got to get unloaded. Y'all have a good night. Hey, you have a good night too, buddy. Glad you're in here.
Yeah.
So this isn't Mike Shell.
We're starting to see some of the Pete's too.
Yeah. Is there any way to get a manual transmission on a lease? I don't think that's going to be possible.
No, unfortunately, no. Yeah, not going to happen.
So I got to tell you, I took a lot of snapshots of it when I was there, but in Greer, when I was there last week, they have a brand new gray Peterbilt there. Did you see that? I know you have because it's in your inventory. The gray Peterbilt.
Yeah, it actually left my terminal yesterday.
It's gorgeous. Absolutely.
Wait until you hear this. It went to a team who's running on coals out of Macon, Georgia.
Really? Yeah. Oh wow! So that means I'll probably see it then. Yeah, it's a gorgeous truck. I'm not a Peterbilt guy. I'm more of the Kenworth guy, but it's a gorgeous color. So I says, "Boom, Michelle." She already knows. You're the hammer. So EU Patel says Jason Pote is back on YouTube. The trolls won't bother you anymore. I got you, buddy. So let me tell you, that you said that, I just happened to see Jason just put up a post here about a half hour ago saying that he's not going to put out any more. Well, he said he's not going to do it 3 times a week about recruiting at Hirschbach. He's going to do trucking videos is what he said. He's still going to recruit, but not do it 3 times a week like he has been. He says, you guys all know about Hirschbach now, so there's no questions to ask. But, man, back in the day, Michelle, and I don't know when it was the first time that he was here, and I know him and Todd and all of them kind of got into their little roundabout thing that they had going. But back in the day, Coach put out good content. He was really good at what he did. He had, 50, 60,000 subscribers, and I don't know where he changed at with his content.
Right. I knew when I first talked to him, he was pretty big.
Yeah. And whatever happened to 404 Dave? Is he still around?
Yeah.
Or does he call you? Okay.
I see him when he passes through. We did an interview for his YouTube one time, 6 months ago maybe, but I haven't seen him in a minute.
I don't know why these guys don't stay with him.
Yeah, I don't think he's going anywhere. He's spoiled.
Yeah. He's a pretty decent guy. I had a long talk with him at the truck show last year. I actually ran into him. He's a pretty dude. Anybody got any questions, man? I thought for sure we'd get a lot of questions. We had a lot of people in here tonight, over 40 at one time. We're down to about 31, I think, is where we're at now.
They're tired of talking to me. That's all.
I don't think that's it at all. Anybody got any questions about the percentage? MRP trucks, standard leases. You know, I try to bring Michelle on once a month. This is the time to catch her.
We're seeing a lot of new inventory right now because we've kind of run out of trucks, so we've had to steal some. Oh,
hoping to start seeing out of Nebraska.
Yeah, I think I have him. Yeah, okay. I'll have to look when I get off the call. Okay. I have me in Nebraska.
Oh, you know what? I know who that is. I think. Hang on, I'll tell you. Where did I put my list at? Oh, here it is. I'm pretty sure that I've talked to you. Let's see. Sammy says, who has the most inventory on trucks?
It changes from minute to minute. I have quite a few right now. It would either be me or Phoenix, I think.
Oh, you know who that Michael is? That's Michael Sage, I bet. I'm pretty sure that's Michael Sage. Is that you, Michael Sage? Yeah. You should have him on my list anyways. I'm pretty sure that's who it is.
I do. I'm working with him.
October the 11th is what I have him as coming in.
Yeah, he's in processing.
Chevy says, I got my eyes on that yellow 26 KW. That yellow 26 that's on the website, yeah.
It's gone.
So I did a video this morning and I put up, the yellow 24 KW on the thumbnail, and everybody says, is that the one that's on the website? Is that the one? No, it's a whole different one. They got more than one yellow one.
I've got a midnight blue one right now. I've got a lime green flatbed and a purple flatbed, and it's not mint green. It's more of a leafy green, but it's light colored, kind of like the shirt you have on. It's a nice looking Freightliner right now. I like the Freightliners. That would be my truck of choice. Would be a Freightliner.
Well, this Freightliner that I'm in is a 22, and it's got 500,000 miles on it. It's actually pretty solid. I'm pretty impressed with this truck.
Right.
Mac T says, if someone is leasing on with their own truck, do they have to ditch their plates?
Unfortunately, they do. Operate under our authority. We pay for your registration and base plates. So, it just saves you some money.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't want to in the first place. It saves you the money. But
right.
Asking for others.
Hey, I heard a rumor.
Yeah, I saw that.
I heard a rumor, and I don't. It's a rumor, but I heard that our physical damage insurance the prices are going to drop some come in the new year.
Okay, well that's good news.
Yeah, they've been trying to negotiate us some better rates.
They're tired of them going to SeBrite, aren't they?
Well, I mean, it's easier for the company, especially with trainers and stuff like that, if they do use the company, to keep everything in-house. But, as independent contractors,
they don't have a choice.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, they have to
use whoever you want. Yeah.
Yep.
It's the legality of it all. So.
Yep, I can understand that. Now, what happened there? I lost you there for a second. Okay. So that is the same Michael Sage. Okay. All right, that's good to know. All right. Well, I mean, Michelle, I guess we ain't got no more questions. If anybody's got anything, let's pop them up. And I mean, usually you like to go in about 30 minutes.
What have we not talked about?
I mean, we've talked about everything. Standard lease. If you want to talk standard lease,
what about the load board?
It's pretty simple.
I mean, we talked about the load board. How's the load board been looking? Well, now that you're off of it, but the load board's been looking pretty good lately. Yeah.
I got to tell you the truth. When I was still running the load board up till 2 weeks ago, I was about 60-40. 60 running load board, 40%, getting. And the problem is, and I say problem, it's not really a problem, but the reason I would be 100% load board, but when I would run a load board load and I would deliver it, the planners would already put a load on me, and it was, pretty decent. I just go ahead and take the load that the planners gave me because I wouldn't, I was either driving and I couldn't take the time to look at the load board. They would just pop a load on me, and I just, all right, well, this is okay. Let's go ahead and run this one. I was pretty fortunate, and you know how I am. I don't deny. I mean, I think I maybe have denied maybe 2 or 3 loads the whole time, that I've been here. I mean, I'm going back all the way to 22. I don't refuse loads, unless it goes into New York or New Jersey or something like that. They've got to the point now to where they must have notes on me or something, because they don't even ask me to go places like that anymore, which is fine with me.
Right. Well,
But
we have a northeastern group though, and they tend to do, the stuff like that. So, which is really great.
So Marywood says, how long is the orientation process? Am I able to choose my own lease truck? So the orientation process takes you about as long as it does to clip your fingernails. It's pretty quick. There is no orientation process.
Right.
And you can choose your own lease truck to a sense. It has to be available. I know your next question, you like the Peets. Right now, the Peets are so new, they're being trickled in. There's not a lot of those going around.
I'm going to be honest, if you were to get a Pete, there's really, because they're just new to us, there's really no option other than to get a new one. And with the new trucks, they're going to ask you for $2,500 up front. So if you want a Pete, just be prepared.
So Chevy Life says, I got cleared. Should be starting the next 2 weeks. If it's possible to reverse a truck. Reserve a truck. I'm sorry.
We have to wait until your file is complete. It's just like any other dealership, the first come, first serve. So we don't want to reserve a truck for somebody until their file's complete, because we might end up holding it for a week when we could sell it tomorrow. So
Mike T says the planners have been, I'm sure it's lying is what he's trying to say. So I had a couple instances with the planners. I don't know. It's been a couple months back, and they took a load off of me. They shouldn't have. I had plenty of time to do it. Guys, when this happens, you need to go to your driver leader and let them know what's going on, him or her know what's going on. And I did. I went to my driver leader, OOC, whatever you want to call him, told him, what was going on. He told me, he says, contact Sue. She's the East planner for the owner-operators. I contacted Sue. Me and her went over everything, my hours, my recaps, because I ran recaps almost 5 weeks straight that one time. And I had plenty of hours, plenty of everything to make that load. And she even agreed with me that there was no reason why that load should have been taken off. And she told me straight up, she said, James, I don't know where this is going to go, but I am going to at least try to take it up the ladder. I'm going to talk to the supervisor, because it came out, and I don't really want to say where it came out of, but it came out of the Northeast. And the Northeast planner did it. And I even talked to her about it before I even made the phone call to my driver leader. And she told me straight up that I just didn't have enough time, and it was too bad. That's just the way it is. We took it off of you. So that's why I went a little higher. But yeah, planners, I've always said it in all my videos. It ain't a perfect company, but right now, the way things are, I mean, we all have to work together the best we can. And I'm saying that the best that I can, because it honestly, it upsets me too. And I'm sure it would upset Michelle if she was in that position, all of us, because unfortunately, sometimes you're going to have bad eggs everywhere in any company that you go to. But I got to tell you, and it's no big secret, guys, this is my 4th go around at Swift. I've said it many, many times before. Could I go back and change it? I would in a heartbeat. I would have never left here. But I'm telling you guys, you're not going to be at a better company than you are here. I've always came back to Swift because I've always made money. And I say it in just about every single video that I do. You're going to make money here. You just got to go through the plan, how they do things with, whether you pick your own loads or whether you have a planner pick your loads. You just got to be consistent. You got to know what your goals are. You got to know where you need to be week in, week out. If you're not getting at that, then you need to figure out what you're doing wrong. And that's what I figured out early on. I figured that, within the first 3 or 4 months of being here. I've had one negative paycheck.
Thing now, too, right now, that the trucks, we do that carb inspection. So Chris made a good point the other day. A lot of owners don't like going to California. So, they don't want to get the carb compliant inspection done. One, Swift's going to pay for it. So get it done. It could cost you could be taking, the great load that's the only load out there, and you could still T-call it in Arizona, and you don't have to go to California. So, you got to make sure that your truck is ready to go the limit. So get that carb inspection done. As soon as you get a truck, get a carb inspection done.
Yeah, and be willing to take loads that you usually wouldn't want to take, and that's one of the things that kind of made me somewhat successful when, 22, 23, and even into 24, when loads were very scarce. Well, we just don't have anything. We don't have anything. Oh, come on, you got to have something. Well, I've got this load going here. I'll take it. It's only 400 miles. Sure, I'll take it. You got to be willing to go places you don't want to go and willing to do things you don't want to do, and to be successful. And that's just, it's getting better.
And the economy's funny, so you do have to chase the freight. You have to go where the freight's at.
The planters have been good. Haven't had to use the load board in like 3 weeks. Yeah, I like I said, the last couple weeks that I did it, I was getting loads from the planters pretty frequently, and they were giving me good loads. I had no complaints coming out of it. I didn't come into the Coles account just to get away from doing OTR. I get bored sometimes, and I like knowing where I'm going. And honestly, this kind of, going through the holiday season and stuff, I kind of had a goal that I wanted to do and make a little bit of money through the weekend, through the weeks or whatever. And that's kind of why I took it. And there's a possibility of, me sneaking by the house when I take a load into Florida. That was the whole reason of me taking it. Just like when I took the Target account many years or last year or whatever. Same thing.
Yeah, Brett made a comment the other day about the load board, saying that he thought more drivers would use the load board, but if the planners are beating us to the punch, with good loads, then I guess that could be part of the reason why not more people are using it.
Right. Last 2 months that I ran, OTR, like I said, I ran a lot of planter loads, and they were good loads too.
Mm-hmm.
The wife says they don't ask the Diva Rabbit to go to New York or New Jersey. That's right. We have the notes on you. That is correct. Do not go there.
Yes, he is a diva.
Merrill says, what are the lease trucks governed at? 70, right?
Yeah, 70 on the pedal, 68 on cruise.
Chevy Life. Are payments deferred a couple of weeks, or do they start immediately? Was it 14 days?
16.
No truck payment?
16 days. 16
days. Okay. 16. All right. Okay, so you had a typo. I got you. What do we got here? Texas Roadhouse in Ocala is hit or miss. I don't think I've ever had the one in Ocala. I've never stopped at that one. I will stop in Lake City.
I got to get down there. That terminal is a good terminal. They support, owner operators like crazy. I got to get down there and visit.
Ocala.
Yeah.
It's always packed. Is there any dedicated lanes for Louisiana, says Blue Laces?
No, not right now. We used to have that Robert, Louisiana Walmart, and we lost it years ago.
Oh.
I don't know of anything in Louisiana at all.
Closest thing he would probably have is at Corsicana, Texas. Yeah.
Yeah.
Corsicana, Texas would probably be the closest thing that he would have for that Coles account. Merrillwood, what's going on with the International? It's kind of a long story. I'll make a video on it. Actually, I did a video this morning on it. Go watch the video. It's that International something else. I think I've got the truck sold, by the way. I've got a guy very seriously. I put the video out this morning. He contacted me this morning, and he's an oil well guy. Just exactly what I said it would be the perfect truck for. A guy in the oil field. Excuse me, not oil well, but oil field. He's going to let me know here in the next day or two.
So you're going to definitely sell it.
Oh, absolutely. It's going to get fixed and it's going to get sold is what's going to happen. I mean, the fix is going to cost $631. So, again, Michelle, you don't know everything that's going on.
Right? Yeah.
Well, it was $3,000, but they snuck a bunch of bills in. And I've been on the phone with Christina so many times in the last couple of weeks. Somebody has snuck the bills in after I told them not to pay for it. And guess what? I'm paying for it. Does that make sense? Somebody approved it and I didn't approve it. And unfortunately, it's gone to that point where it's too far to where the last thing that needs to be done is the major repair, and it's $650. Why not go ahead and get it fixed, get it running, and get it sold? Because I've already spent $2,400 on the tow and the diagnostics. I told them not to do shit to that truck, that I was going to get rid of it. I'll pay the tow, and let's just get past it. Well, then the bills started coming in.
Wow.
But it's not Swift's fault. I tell you what happened is the international dealership took advantage of Swift because they knew they would pay the bill. That's what happened.
Right.
And I've said that. I even told Christina that today.
Right.
Mac T says, I take paper loads out of Louisiana. So is that a dedicated thing, or is that just loads?
I don't think we have anything dedicated out of there, but we do have freight, obviously. Yeah.
Okay. So Texas Danger says, I applied for Swift local job and was getting jerked around by the recruiter. Okay.
Yeah. Unfortunately, and I don't know if you were applying for, owner operator or lease or company driver, but the local stuff is hard to come by.
Yeah.
It's very hard
Texas,
to come by.
if you want to give me a call tomorrow, I'll try to dig it up and see what I can find out for you. I don't know what kind of luck I'll have, but I'll try to help you out. Man. So my wife's going to hear this. She's going to kick my ass, but we were eating at Texas Roadhouse tonight, and she always complains to me and says, you're going to start choking on your food. You're going to start choking on your food. Well, tonight, it was a scary night for me. I actually choked on a piece of steak, and I didn't think it was going to come out. I was doing everything I can. Steve didn't. Poor Steve, he's like, you okay? You okay? And everybody else looking around, are you okay? I can't fucking breathe, man. Somebody help me out here. And eventually it came out, but man, it was scary for about, 20 seconds or so. Man, I know what these people go through when they choke. Woo! Man, that was bad.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I know my wife's going to make a comment on here because she tells me that all the time. Chew your food all the way up. Quit talking while you're eating.
And that's what I was going to say. That's what you get for trying to talk in while you're eating.
But the funny thing was, I wasn't talking this time. I really wasn't. I wasn't talking to Steve at that time. I just happened to be chewing a piece of the steak, and it just went down the wrong way and got stuck.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, coughed it up. It's like a cat coughs up a fur ball. See, these, the first couple of these lives we have, it was a little weird and uncomfortable, but it's actually gotten better and better each time, hasn't it? We've kind of loosened up. I think you actually enjoy doing them on this end too, don't you?
Oh yeah, I don't mind them, not at all. Now tonight I don't like that delay. That's kind of freaking me out a little bit, but it's just weird because my lips are moving after I'm talking, But
they're actually moving perfectly on my end.
Right.
It's just your end for some reason.
I'm sure it's the storm here. It's thundering and it's rolling right now.
What kind of internet do you have?
I use Verizon.
Okay. The cell phone internet, or is it wired internet?
No, it's it's Wi-Fi. Yeah, it's just
okay. DSL. Okay.
Yeah.
Stuart Brown says Swift has the local Bluebird account here. Local Bluebird account. What is that? Clue me in, Stuart. I don't know what that is.
Is that buses? Bus chassis?
You know what? I bet that's what it is. I guarantee you that's what it is.
Yep.
Texas is lean and mean for dedicated or local at my company right now. A lot of drivers are moving here from the West Coast. Okay.
Right.
Mike T, you're still with Swift, right? I'm pretty sure that you are.
Well, you know how it is. Any time you get into something where you're actually able to get home and dedicated, you're not going to leave it unless you're not making money. Right. So when I know the intermodal here in Atlanta, those drivers have been there so long. I know each one of them. I've probably sold each one of them 3 or 4 trucks because they've been there forever. They're not going anywhere.
Speaking of which, this Kohl's account, guys, too, by the way, is totally full. If anybody is interested in the Kohl's account, it might be a little bit, but you can always contact me. But I asked today to bring another guy on, and we're full, completely full.
I know Devin has been scouting. Yeah,
unless somebody leaves or something, they're going to be full. So Devin does that. I know that's what pissed Chris off. I know that.
Yeah,
that he's scouting around.
I mean, but that's what you do. When you're looking for people, and you run a dedicated account, that's what you do. You look for drivers that live around your account.
Yeah. So Chris says, what the dedicated refrigerated in Tampa is? Didn't know we had any.
No, I didn't either.
I honestly, I didn't know any.
I'm gonna be honest with you. The refrigerated side has been, well, I mean, it's a smaller piece of Swift. We got refrigerated when we took on, merged with Central Refrigerated. So it's a much smaller piece of Swift, and so I don't always advocate for reefer because I know where the freight's at, and it's a drive-in. So I kind of stay away from the reefer stuff a good bit.
So Stewart says yes, it's bus parts and Valley going. Okay, Macon, Georgia.
Yeah.
So Tommy that was on here earlier, Tommy
in North Carolina. Yeah.
Okay. Tommy Kramer was on here earlier. He started out in the reefer for the company guy. He started out and he did it for. I don't think he was there for maybe 1 or 2 loads. And I told him at the very beginning, I said, dude, you need to go to drive-in. You don't need to sign up for that. You're a brand new driver. You're going to get stuck into something you don't know anything about. There's so much that goes with reefer. Do drive-in first. Well, he did the reefer, and when he called me yesterday, he says, yeah, I got transferred out of reefer. I'm back. I'm going to drive-in. I said, perfect.
Gotcha.
See there, he's already commented. I'll read his comment here in a second. I'm sorry, I misunderstood you, Mac T. So he said any company. Okay.
Yeah. You're fixing to lose me. My computer says to charge it, and I didn't bring my charger home. So.
Oh, I thought you were going to say because Jonah said Clemson had it work better.
Tell Jonah. Spurs up.
Well, we'll let you go, man. I don't see any other questions coming in, anyways.
All right.
I'll let you go. Let me know if you want anything done on that.
Jonah lives in Columbia. He's really a chicken. Just so you know.
Let me know if you want anything done with that too. You talk to Juice on that, okay?
Okay, we'll do. I appreciate it.
Have a good night, okay? All right.
Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye, y'all.
All right. I did 1 reefer load and just left. Yeah, we were just talking about you, buddy. And Jonas says the bus chassis. Mac T, he reads too fast, just like he chews his foods too fast. Okay, it shows less money than drive-in. I'd have to go to drive-in to make more dollars. Yeah, but guys, it's just like the percentage stuff. The reefer stuff is still, like she said, it's still kind of new with Swift, and I just don't think it's a good idea to go to something new. Same thing with the percentage board. I've said that quite a few times. Can you? Absolutely. If you want to be a guinea pig, by all means, do it and try it out and let all of us know if it's good or not. I mean, that would be the way to go with that. All right, guys. I think we had a good show tonight. I think we probably had like 45 people at one time, which was pretty good showing. I know a lot of replay guys will probably look at this and watch this. Every time I have a show with Michelle, I usually get bombarded with phone calls the next day. And believe it or not, I've been real busy with phone calls in the last couple of days anyways. But anybody's got questions, I'm your contact. Please contact me, and I'll get you with whoever. And the one guy that wanted information, Texas Danger, said you were getting jerked around by a recruiter. Give me a call, and like I said, I'll see if I can find some answers out for you. And I'm just doing this on my own. Obviously, you're going to be a local guy. I'm not looking for a recruiting deal out of that because you're just going to be a local guy. But I'll try to help you out and get to the bottom and see if I can. Won't make any guarantees, but I'll sure try. If anybody's got any more questions, get in there and pop them in. At the same time, Please like, comment, subscribe, watch the replay, send us out to your buddies, everything. Want to grow this channel to 2,000 members, hopefully before the end of next month. I'd like to be at 2,000 by the end of October if I can do it. Mike T says, in my opinion, the best place to lease for reefer freight is a company that specializes in reefer freight. Absolutely. Agree 100%. That's going to be either Prime or Hirschbach or one of those companies. They specialize in reefer freight. Now, that can obviously change in a couple of years once they grow this up. And I know they've been working at it hard. Anything can change. Anything can get better. Always, keep yourself open. The best driver you can be is to always have hours and always be open to anything. Like I said at the beginning, be willing to try something different. Maybe the reefer freight will be something different here in the near future. We never know. The percentage, maybe it'll get to the point where, it might make sense to be on the percentage board. Who knows? We'll see. We're going to find out soon enough, guys. Well, we just lost a bunch of people when Michelle went off. She's the movie star, not me. Everybody likes it when she comes on. Yeah, please share this video out, guys. Put it out. You got buddies that want to come aboard, tell them to call me. Whatever. I'd be more than happy to help any of you guys out. This has actually been, it's been very, very good. I'm actually enjoying. So, and I tell you guys all the time, YouTube is a hard thing to do. It's hard to take time to make content, make videos. I enjoy doing the lives because I can actually interact with you guys, and we can actually have, real-time conversations and stuff. But the pre-recorded videos, I find myself difficult sometimes, especially when you got no content to really talk about. I'm not your news guy for trucking news. That's not me. We tried it when me and Dee did a channel. We tried it. It just didn't work, for me by myself. I'm not going to be the guy that's going to stick a camera in the window and show you everywhere I go. There's other channels for that. I'm just here to bring guys aboard, answer questions, and try to help you out. Even if it's not for Swift or it's another company, then, we'll help you find the answers to whatever company you need to go to. God knows I've been to 18 different places in the last 2 years. I can probably help you find a place. That's the running joke of everything going on, but be more than happy to help anybody out. I have to get some load locks so I can pull reefer if I have to. Yeah, load locks are about $50 a piece. I've got a couple of them sitting at the house that I keep on standby, but yeah, I'm not a reefer guy. I never have been. I don't even know why I have the load locks. Sammy says, good show. Thanks for the info. I'll get with you tomorrow or the next day. Yeah, Sammy, call me anytime, buddy. Anytime, brother. Good night, Sammy. Like the tiger on your avatar, too. That's cool. But, all right, guys. I guess we'll call it tonight. We're a little bit over an hour. I think it's been a very good video. As always, questions, call me. If you didn't watch the video this morning, I'm going to start putting my real phone number up rather than doing this Google Voice phone number. I'm tired of the Google Voice crap. So any of you guys that have been calling me on the Google Voice, like you, Sammy, I'll still have it for a while, but change my phone number to the real phone number. I'm going to put it in the description of this video. And from here on out, you guys just call me on my real phone number. The Google Voice shit's getting old. There's about a second delay every time I talk to somebody, and it's just like these videos. We kind of talk over each other. There's just really no reason in it. And that's what I'm going to do. I thought about getting a second phone number, but I don't want to carry two phones around or have a second number. Thanks, Sammy. Stay safe, drivers. Loved all the new subscribers. And, oh, great show. Michelle's always great. Absolutely. That's why I take the time out of my day or night, as it is now, to do these lives. I really enjoy the lives. Like I said, we get to interact, talk different things. I'm glad everybody kept it clean tonight. Glad there was no trolls in, because as you heard, upper management's probably going to look at this video. We kept it clean all the way around. And most of the time we do anyways. It's sometimes when the trolls get out of hand. Stuart Brown says, hit me up this week when you get back in town. Yeah, I'll hit you up. It probably won't be the weekend. It's probably going to be next week, Stuart, but we'll do it. Yeah, later to you too, buddy. But I'll get with you next week. Probably around Wednesday. I'll be doing a 34 again, Wednesday, Thursday, somewhere in that area. All right, guys. Guess that'll be it tonight. Y'all have a good night, and feel free to contact me. Like, comment, subscribe, and share this video out. And once again, everybody have a good, safe night. Talk to y'all later.